Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 3 o'clock. I'm Baxter Wilson with your Solent Sports News headlines. A British sporting icon has shocked the driving world this week as seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton has announced that he will be leaving Mercedes at the end of the year to join rivals Ferrari. Former driver and Sky Sports commentator Martin Brundle believes Hamilton can be a big success at Ferrari.
Never write off Lewis Hamilton. We know he knows how to win races and championships, and it'll be very Schumacher-esque if he can go there and really drive the team to start winning a lot more races and be championship contenders.
Keeping on the theme of Formula One, a fan favourite track is staying for a few more years. It was announced this morning that the Suzuki circuit has signed a 5-year deal with the motorsport giants, keeping them on the calendar until 2029 at least. Here to talk more about both, we have F1 journalist Luke John Buckle. Luke, what are your thoughts on Hamilton's move and to the Suzuki renewal?
Well, with Lewis, it's something that Formula 1 desperately needed to energise the sport heading into the new season. We've had 2 static years of Max Verstappen and Red Bull dominating since the new rules came in a couple of years ago, and Mercedes have struggled a bit since the new rules came in. They were very dominant in previous years, but haven't won a race. Lewis hasn't won a race since Saudi Arabia a couple of years ago in 2021, and he hasn't got close either. He's had a couple of pole positions or podiums here and there, but the Mercedes team have struggled to get to grips with the new regulations, and Lewis has spoken in the past about driving for Ferrari and how good it would be to drive for the Italian team and put on those red overalls, and it's to go alongside Charles Leclerc next year and over the next couple of years, who is potentially the quickest driver over one lap in Formula 1 on pure pace. It's something he's going to relish, and it's something he's going to be up for the challenge.
So do you think with Hamilton moving to Ferrari that there could be a chance that he could challenge Verstappen?
Potentially. I think a championship is a tall order. There's a lot of fast young kids around with Verstappen and Piastri and Leclerc as well, who's alongside him next year. But definitely to win a race, we've seen Ferrari were the only team apart from Red Bull to win a race last season, and in 2022, particularly for the first half of the season at least, they were the ones taking the fight to Red Bull. And Ferrari, they've got the personnel to challenge the Austrian team. They're going to bring on some more strong minds and a bit more talent over the next few months, and they could be right up there next year and when the new rules kick in 2026 as well.
And just quickly, do you reckon you could touch upon the Suzuki renewal and what that will mean to F1?
Yeah, it's big news for Japan. Suzuka's a great track. It's a driver's favourite and one that the fans love as well. And with Honda in Formula 1 now as well, there's a growing presence for Japanese fans in Formula 1, and that'll only grow in the future.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Luke. But now to the cricket, as the opening day as the second test match between England and India has finished, with the host closing comfortably at 336 for 6. Youngster Jaiswal scored 178 not out in an impressive innings, but no one else in the Indian batting order scoring over 35. Rehan Ahmed, Tom Hartley and James Anderson also took wickets in the match. But England debutant Shoaib Bashir collected his first wicket in Test match cricket, dismissing captain Rohit Sharma for 34. And it was him who former England captain Michael Atherton was most impressed with.
He looked completely nerveless. He bowled a very good first over. He bowled accurately throughout. There's not much in the pitch for him or anybody else, to be honest. Most importantly of all, he showed he's got the temperament for the occasion. And yeah, a terrific day for him.
Joining us is cricket journalist Archie Starkey to round up today's test match and speak on the future. Hi Starkey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Baxter. I mean, what a story for the 20-year-old. Only a year ago, he was playing club cricket and had been dropped in the academy by Surrey, and was then picked up by Somerset. England captain Ben Stokes spotted him bowling on Twitter and consequently identified him as an option for the tour. However, a visa delay meant he did not arrive until Sunday. The relationship between India and Pakistan probably had an impact on the speed of which he could get his visa. and consequently he's had little preparation before his debut. But Bashir was comfortably England's best spinner, showing just why he was given his debut after only 6 first-class matches. He needed only 4 overs to take the wicket of India captain and talisman Rohit Sharma, a massive wicket for him personally, but also a massive breakthrough for England so early in the game. He was a pick of a bunch and looks to be key for England really in the remainder of the series on a pitch where it's really favouring spin bowlers. Another fun, interesting stat, another young player in the squad, Shoaib Bashir wasn't born when James Anderson made his debut for England, and a wicket for James Anderson yesterday meant he's now taken an England Test wicket 22 years running.
Well, that is a fun fact. But after today's test, how do you see the rest of the games going? Do you think England are going to win, or do you reckon India might steal it?
I've admired England's patience. I think if you look at the way England have been playing recently with Bazball, they typically haven't been the most patient, but they really bowled in the right areas. They were patient and they pounced on India's sort of uncharacteristic mistakes. And on a pitch that's playing quite true and probably will deteriorate, I'm hoping if England can stay patient, find the right areas, score some runs, that maybe they could win the game.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Archie. But we now head over to the football, where West Ham manager David Moyes has defended his club over the failed transfer of Said Benrahma to Lyon. The French side accused West Ham of incomprehensible behaviour and a profound lack of respect, with a deal for the forward falling through despite him passing a medical. The Scotsman is not pleased with how Lyon have dealt with the situation.
It's a big word to use before we get a chance to sort of show exactly what happened or what didn't happen. So I think all we can do is look in to see what happened, and hopefully we'll resolve that. Newcastle
striker Alexander Isak could feature in the Premier League tussle at home against Luton tomorrow. The Sweden international was forced off during their midweek win over Aston Villa, with fears of a groin injury could keep him out for the next few weeks. But Jason Tindall confirmed today that the issue may not have been as serious as it first seemed.
He's got a chance to be involved tomorrow, but that's one we'll have to assess today, take advice from the medical team, and then we'll see where we are.
Throwing over to the darts at the Kazoo Masters is back tonight after a year's wait, with last year's champion Chris Dobey also returning tonight. It has also been revealed that the number 6 seed Gerwyn Price will not take part in the tournament due to family issues, and he will be replaced by Daryl Gurney instead. Price seemed to be in great form as he reached the final in last night's opening night of the Premier League, but unfortunately losing 6-2 to Michael Smith in the end. The annual Solent University Varsity Tournament will take place on the 1st of May at Chapelgate Sports Centre in Bournemouth. We asked the captains of Solent sporting teams to describe the event in 3 words ahead of its launch today.
Absolute scenes, mate.
Fun, vibes and competitive.
Let's shut up Bournemouth.
Best event of the year.
Intense competition, fun.
Tonight at the Stade de France will host a classic as 2 teams hunting for a Glam Slam will come face to face at 8 o'clock. France will face Ireland for an opening game at the Six Nations, which should prove pivotal in seeing who the Grand Slam favourites may be going into the next few weeks. Ireland will, however, be without their iconic number 10 Johnny Sexton in this Six Nations for the first time in 15 years, due to him hanging up his boots earlier this year. That is not all for rugby, however, as tomorrow sees England face Italy in the opening game of the Six Nations. The Red and Whites will be hoping to improve on their 3rd place World Cup finish after losing to South Africa in the semi-finals 15-16. However, in hope to change their fortune, Steve Borthwick may give debuts to youngsters Ethan Root and Fraser Dingwall. And finally, the PGA might be getting some serious upgrades very soon. Fenway Sports Group are leading the investment charge for the PGA by funding $3 billion into the event. They are joined by American business owners Tom Ricketts and Arthur Blank, who own the Chicago Clubs and the Atalanta Falcons, respectively. That's all from us for now. I'll be back in an hour But remember, you can always keep up to date on our website, solentsportsnews.com.